So this video's performance element is to apply active listening skills to demonstrate understanding of what is being said. And we will begin by explaining communication techniques that support and encourage a speaker. So, communication techniques include using your own body language and facial expressions to respond to the speaker. For example, you could sit up straight or lean toward the speaker to show them that you're interested, and you should react to the speaker with comments or questions. Taking notes helps keep you involved in listening to the speaker and shows your level of interest. And you should also maintain eye contact and minimize any distracting thoughts and activities while listening to a speaker. And now we will talk about how to follow oral directions. So, to properly follow oral directions, maintain eye contact with the speaker. You must carefully listen as the directions are presented, and look to the speaker directly in the eye to keep yourself focused and listening throughout the time that you're receiving these directions. Repeat the words that they are saying in your head and listen actively with internal monologue. As you hear the directions, take them into your head and silently repeat them to yourself. By doing this, you will internalize the directions you're receiving. You can paraphrase anything that's difficult to understand, and if the direction giver uses language structures or vocabulary that confuse you, reword them in your head. By translating the directions into more comfortable language, silently you can increase your likelihood of retaining the information. In the process, you should mentally review all the steps given to ensure that you remember all of the orally presented directions, and you should review a mental list that you've created at the conclusion of the direction giving. You can ask yourself if the steps seem logical, and if they don't, you might have likely skipped a step, so you should ask for clarification. If you don't understand something or you feel that you've forgotten part of the instructions, ask questions of the direction giver, and by doing so, you can avoid any potential missteps or mistakes. And then after that, you just complete the described task and move throughout your mentally prepared list of steps to complete the process as outlined in the orally presented directions. And the last one is to demonstrate active listening skills. So active listening is basically the act of listening and observing to a speaker, but it's more than just being passive about it and taking the information in. It involves your mind actually taking action on what you're hearing. And some ways to demonstrate active listening are to make eye contact with the speaker, to identify a purpose. So when a speaker says something, identify the purpose of what they're saying. That by sort of looking for the main idea, you're kind of manipulating the information in your head, and that really means that you understand what you're listening to. And you can ask clarification questions, which also means you understand what you're listening to, because if you don't understand something or you need a clarification on something, that means that you kind of know what you're being told, but you just need to know more about it. And lastly, providing feedback. Some speakers don't require feedback, but if they do, then giving them feedback is extremely helpful, because you get to give them your own opinions, and having opinions on information means that you understand or know something about some information that's being given to you.